making the year 2 jump? Like, it's obvious now, right? I mean,
Oh, for sure.
it's not even worth asking.
It was a big boy game last night. Everything about it. The competition, the nature of the game. Like, there's a lot of mental toughness that's required in a game like that because there were mistakes made. You got to bounce back, like, all the way around.
Took some shots.
Definitely. So some I don't want him to take a couple on runs. That to me, if I'm Vrabel, I say, look, I appreciate it, but we're not in the playoffs quite yet. So week 5, we need to keep you out there. But he did. He got hit. All the above. I mean, it was impressive win overall.
I mean, you started to see it a couple weeks ago, just looking at where he ranked and some of the numbers. And not there's such a. I mean, we're using our eyes, we're watching it, but you look at the numbers. I know Vinny compiled some. I don't know if you've shown him already. Show him again. I mean, where does he rank in? I mean, I'll give you some from my buddy John Germain. He's always there to give me some statistical backing on Drake Maye. Players in NFL history with 4 or more consecutive games in a single season who have had, well, first of all, this is where Drake Maye ranks. He's second in completion percentage, 73.9, fifth in yards per attempt, which is a big one for a lot of people. He's 15th in touchdown passes. He didn't have one the other night. He's 6th in rating, 107.8. Those are big boy numbers. Now we're 5 weeks in. He's faced a couple good teams. He's faced 2 playoff teams, Pittsburgh and Buffalo. It's not just the crappy schedule. It's just getting harder to, if you wanted to ignore or dismiss, it's getting harder and harder to do that.
I mean, he is way ahead of where I thought he would be at this stage. So there's no question. He's jumped.
John Germain, players in NFL history with 4 or more consecutive games in a single season with greater than 200 passing yards, over 73.3% completion percentage, and over a 100 quarterback rating. You ready? Players in NFL history, 4 or more consecutive games in the same season, greater than 200 yards, greater than 73.3% completion percentage, greater than 100 quarterback rating. You ready for the list?
Yeah, how many people?
Drake Maye, Tom Brady, end of list.
Okay, I thought it might be 2 guys.
Tom Brady, Drake Maye.
Because the one we had last week was Brady. He had 4 games, and it was a little different. But everyone else had 3. So it's Brady and Maye, and that's it.
Highest completion percentage since they started tracking in 1978,
okay,
which is like the modern NFL. Highest completion percentage in the fourth quarter in one-possession games through the team's first 5 games in a single season. Minimum 20 pass attempts. Guess who has the highest completion percentage in the fourth quarter in one-possession games through the team's first 5 games in a single season? Number 1.
Drake Maye.
Drake Maye, 20 of 23, 87.5%.
I mean, what was he in this game in the second half? 13 out of 14?
I don't know what it was, but is that it?
13 out of 14 for 184 yards last night. 1 incompletion in the second half. 1. I mean, it's ridiculous. And again, some of these throws aren't easy throws. That one that we just played.
It's preposterous.
That one that we just played was, that was a tough play. You have to be an athlete to make that play.
Doug in Weymouth, what do you think?
I think it was a good decision to go for that field goal because it shows that you think you can hang with the Bills. It's a chicken move to go for the touchdown there, thinking like, oh, they're so much better than us. The only way we can win is to get 7 here.
I disagree with that. No, I think, I'm taking it. I just listened to his response this morning when he said, I want us to have the lead at the half. I think it was more about the very human emotion of going into the halftime leading on the road when you're a big underdog. And I think that was strictly what that was. I think if you just go what the caller is saying, I think the play would be to go for it because we need every point we can get because we're up against it and we have to do things we normally wouldn't do because we're outgunned here.
Force the issue.
So I think it was kind of just the opposite of what he was doing. And I agree with it, Dundaro. You still don't.
No, I don't want to go for a field goal from the 1 yard line unless it's to ice the game. Can I just respond to that, to the stats you just gave?
Please,
quick,
yes.
John. With respect to those numbers, The second thing you said to me means nothing.
Which is what?
Which is whatever it is in the fourth quarter, his completion percentage, or the passes in the fourth quarter.
Whoa. His fourth quarter completion percentage in one possession games doesn't mean anything to you?
Whatever you said
Like,
second.
that's the only one I care about.
No, because there are stats out there like that for Jason Tatum that'll tell you he's an awesome fourth quarter player. I watch it. I see it. He's not.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So I don't want to hear about those stats. I watched it last night. Last night was different based on what we saw. Okay? What we saw was him in the biggest moment against the best player that the league had last year on the road do it. And it wasn't about some stats I can't wrap my arms around because I don't know where they came from. He actually did it last night. And that was the biggest thing. Because if he's going to find a way to win games, you can have these I don't know where the stats came from. He found a way to win that game. And that's why it's a big deal, because of what we saw. Not numbers that came out of thin air. I'm not saying they came out of thin air.
I understand.
But they're just, I need to see it, and I saw it last night.
But that was the scene in the post-game locker room, and let's see if there's a little bit of a pivot to, he said, so now we got to protect it. Like, I think they've got a pretty decent team. I think they're going to have a season that there's going to be something worth playing for, meaning like seeding or home field or something along those lines. So now it's not just a guy makes a mistake, a guy keeps effing up, you keep putting him out there because you want to support him for the long haul, and that's what it's about. Now it's about we have to protect the thing that it looks like they might have.
Absolutely.
So let's see Vrabel pivot to that. Let's go down your list a little bit here, Mazz. On defense, who's a badass? Marcus Jones is a badass, you say.
Yeah, I think Marcus Jones, I just love the way he plays. The compete level on that kid is off the charts. And so, and I'm talking about not just the interception, which was a great play, and I thought they did a good job breaking it down on NBC, where, he undercut the route because he had safety help behind him. I'm talking about early in the game, too, when he went up, he was up against a guy, I can't remember if it was Coleman or one of the tight ends, but the guy has 6 inches on him. And he got up there and broke up that play on the left sideline. It was tremendous.
How about the defensive approach overall?
So to me, I'm eager to talk to Bedard about this tomorrow because I haven't had a chance to go through and watch it a second time with with the night game. But it felt to me like it was the first game all year where Vrabel's defense lived up to the expectation. All the other games, I would tell you that they felt kind of loose. Remember I was saying to you, guys aren't lined up in the right space. There's too much room for the opposition to operate. This game felt the total opposite to me. Everybody was in the right place. I suspect they were playing a lot of man-to-man, and they covered those wide receivers one-on-one. It felt to me like they made a conscious decision to give Buffalo the tight ends. You're going to beat us there.
Well, they certainly must have, because there are a couple times with Spillane running back in coverage on Kincaid or whoever like that. You can't possibly expect that to work.
No way. So, my guess is they either looked at it and said, we're going to, what I say.
Pick your poison.
Yeah, I say give them something. Know that they were going to get beat on one thing. And I think they probably said, the tight ends can catch 8 balls and not beat us because they're only going to get about 10 yards a pop or somewhere in there. But we got to take Cook out of the game, and we can't let the wide receivers start to go crazy. So if and try not to let Allen run. But the one thing they're going to be able to do is throw to the tight end. I didn't feel like they blitzed a lot. I'd have to go back and look, but it didn't feel like it. There was one from Carlton Davis late. I remember it was a corner blitz from the left side. I don't think they sent a lot of extra guys up the middle. So, but I want Bedard to educate me tomorrow. I thought the game plan overall was what I was expecting from Vrabel teams.
How about offensively?
Offensively, to me, I thought
game plan.
So I don't remember what
you wrote that McDaniels did a good job getting Maye out of the pocket.
Yeah, get him to roll out. Sorry, I don't remember what I wrote.
It's okay.
I've been running around this morning a little. So no, they were getting pressure early on. The first series was a sack. I was just watching it again on pressure from Maye's right when Morgan got beat outside in. Maye kind of ran into it, and I felt like there was pressure coming up the middle of the pocket, especially, and Buffalo was pushing them. And so he started moving Maye. He started rolling him out, both left and right, but primarily to the right. And so I thought that was just, let me get him out of there, let him make some decisions and decide things on the fly. So I'll give McDaniels credit for that because I think Buffalo was going to win that battle on the line of scrimmage.
I think their offensive performance was less about scheme in this one. and it was about Maye and Diggs and the line hanging in there when they hung in there. There was some stuff that they did offensively that I hated. Remember the flea flicker?
Oh, brutal.
Like, that just was poorly timed. Like, it just, that, and May kind of bailed them out of that too, and they got lucky. I think there was an illegal contact call on Buffalo that sort of bailed them out. In the first half, they had a formation where they had 2 running backs, 2 tight ends, and they tried to throw, like, I don't even know what they were doing. It was like a little screen kind of thing. I don't even know what it was. 2 running backs, 22 personnel, like dicking around with 2 running backs. Both of them had fumbled or whatever. We're going to fumble. 2 tight ends. Maye throws it away, and then, again, Maye bails you out on 3rd and long. Maye and Booty bailed you out. This was a play where Maye hit Booty on the sideline, and Booty reached out with the ball and picked up the first down. So I think, like, the players bailed out Josh from some bad stuff. The signature play of the game was the drive starter on their Patriots' last drive, where Drake Maye is obviously getting dragged to the ground, and he finds Diggs somehow, and they get a first down play out of a thing that should have been a sack. That was one of those shotgun, gun, run, RPO kind of dipsy-do crap I just can't stand. And everyone runs them, and I hate it. I don't think it works. I think the league, the defenses around the league have caught up to it, and it's just finesse, mamby-pamby crap. And that it got totally blown up, and Drake Maye, mostly, and Steph Diggs bailed Josh McDaniels out of a bad play call, bad scheme, bad idea. And I felt that happened from time. I mean, most of their big plays were Maye running for his life to the right sideline and putting some insane ball right on the numbers, sprinting full speed to the right on the right sideline. Those weren't schemes.
No. The only thing to me is he wanted to get him out from. All I meant is he got him out from behind. He got him out of the pocket.
He did, and I think they've been doing that consistently since the Miami game. And I like it better when it's straight, this kind of the straight West Coast stuff, bootleg, from under center kind of stuff. Drake Maye on the move, I'm totally down with. He's very comfortable throwing on the run to both the left and the right. It's just, I hate the gun run RP. Like, I just hate it. God, it doesn't work. I don't think. So I think the players kind of bailed out McDaniels on that side of the ball. Anyway.
I'd agree with that.
But how much of this was Vrabel last night, Mazz?
I mean, I think he was a good chunk of it. I think that, the defensive game plan, Mike's really important, because if you get into a shootout with Allen, you're going to lose. They just have more firepower. The quarterback is so damn good. If you open that game up completely, you might get 27. They're going to get 38. So, to me, that was a big part of it. And I think Vrabel to me, it felt like he flicked a switch last night. I just felt like all of a sudden the game plan was better. They played 4 teams that were garbage to start the year. I think looking back, it was a deliberate, slow build, and we should be able to go 2-2 against the bad teams, and then we're gonna really put together a game plan in Buffalo because we're gonna need it.
However important you think the head coach is up to you. I'll have different views about that. I think definitely it started with the players last night for sure. But somewhere there on the list is Vrabel and his knack in that spot. And we gave you the stat several times last week that as a 7.5-point underdog or greater, Mike Vrabel in Tennessee was 4-4, which is a really strong record given that the rest of the league is under 200, has about a 170 winning percentage in that spot. When you're an underdog by 7.5 points or greater, the NFL during his time in Tennessee had a 170 winning percentage. He had a 500 winning percentage. And he had wins against Baltimore, Kansas City, beat the Patriots a couple times. I don't think he was 7.5-point underdogs, but he was certainly underdog to the Patriots a couple times and beat you. And I just sort of remember him in that spot. Well, he still has that knack. And that at whatever level that came through. And I don't know if it's just an intensity or a moment thing or I don't know. But he still has it, because that definitely showed up last night. Well, I was going to give you something else, but we have Patriots breaking news.
This is Breaking Sports News, powered by Valvoline Instant Oil Change on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
I can guess.
Yeah, it's got Gibson probably.
That's what I think.
Do we have it done, Daryl?
Do you want me to say it? Yeah, according to Rap Sheedy and Rappaport on Twitter, Patriots running back Antonio Gibson, who was quickly ruled out of Sunday night, tore his ACL and is out for the season, sources say, after the MRI.
Okay. I think they got to get someone legit in because I'm sorry, I'm still not buying Ramondre Stevenson.
Well, with good reason.
And, he scores a couple touchdowns. Vrabel stuck with him, and it worked. Anyone could have run those balls in. He didn't do anything special on those plays or in the game. He hurt you more than he helped you in that game. And 9 out of 10 running backs are going to score on those two plays, especially the second one. Well, I will give Josh McDaniels, for some reason, defenses have not caught on to that little backside pitch play that they have. That feels like it's wide open every time they do it. And certainly on the touchdown, that was wide open. But with Gibson out, they need another running back. I still don't trust Ramondre Stevenson.
So good news and bad news. The good news is they were able to win that game last night with 59 rushing yards from running backs. I just didn't think they'd be able to beat Buffalo, especially that was one of their weaknesses with such little production running the ball with the running backs. But they did because of what Maye did. That's the good news. The bad news is, like you just said, what do they do? They need something at running back.
Well, I'm not worried about it. Just find someone who holds on to the ball.
Yes.
And honestly.
Look, I like Travion Henderson. I like what he's offered a little bit. He hasn't been great, but I still think there's potential there. I just don't think he's big enough. I don't think he can be an every down back. You have to bring somebody else in.
Henderson's been a disappointment given what we thought in August.
Yes.
Here you go, weapon. He just hasn't emerged as that yet. But just find a guy who holds on to the ball. Anyone could have scored on those two plays. Just hold on to the effing ball. They're all over the place. Running backs, just find one. I'm not worried about that. But on Vrabel, have you seen the video of him in the tunnel,
Yes.
dapping up pretty much every guy that came off the field?
Yes.
That's sort of quintessential him. And he does it in the tunnel because he doesn't want it in the spotlight, yet they make sure to tape it and put it out and blast it out, and now it is like the thing. So how much of it is it in the tunnel versus on the field? Whatever.
I thought NBC blew it in real time. NBC had the shot when the game ended. So that came from the broadcast. And he was obviously greeting every guy. And then Stevenson's coming up. He's the next guy. He gets within 2 feet of Vrabel, and they get out of the shot. After, the fumbles and everything else, it would have been a good moment to see. That's all I'm suggesting.
Anyway, Vrabel.
You can tell, though, his relationships with some guys versus others.
Yeah, a little cold.
By the intensity of the hug.
Gonzalez.
Right.
Couldn't you feel that was
cold?
Distant.
Yes. The one with Hunter Henry was like his son just came up. And I would say the same about Drake Maye. But when it was Christian Gonzalez, it was like, hey, good job.
I noticed that. Or maybe it was more on Gonzalez than him. Whatever. But I think he got the Vrabel thing last night. Big spot, national TV, heavy underdog. He's done that. He does it, I think. He did. And he's doing it for you already. Real quick, Vrabel 4 on congratulating those players coming off the field. This is him last night postgame.
Well, this is their day. I'm happy for them. We challenge them all week. We push them. We coach them. Whether they think I'm during the week or not, I don't know. But I'm going to try to coach the heck out of them all week and try to get them ready and the things that I think that are important for us to do. Try to get to do them, and then they get to the game. It's their day to go and put all that hard work out there, and I'm happy for them. I want to thank and congratulate each and every one of them. Everybody has a role. Everybody has a job, and those jobs are critical, whether that's the trainer, the equipment manager, the assistant coach, the offensive coordinator, our starters, our special teams players, our backups. It takes everybody to come on the road, especially takes everybody to win in this league, and I want to thank them for that, and I like to see the look on their faces. I'm happy for them.
Okay. So the Vrabel thing, you got it. Week 5, there it is.